All right, so let me get my leek strata in the oven. So I thought I got a rosemary bread from Patience the other day, but I don't think I did. So what I'm cutting up here is, this is Rain's multigrain bread right here, and I've cubed that. And then this is just the ends of pain d'Avignon. People know pain d'Avignon? They're pain de mie, and using that to make my 3 cups of breadcrumbs. I like to mix breadcrumbs in a strata. I think it's really fun to do. I don't like to use a real rye unless I'm doing something like with corned beef or something. But this is just a nice mixture. So you've got your whole grain, your multigrain, and then you've got your lighter white. Now the recipe says to toast these up, and I ain't gonna do that. When I make my stratas, I usually just do them with the bread.
So what's a strata?
A strata is a great way to use up leftover bread. It's a pudding. It's a savory pudding often.
Oh, yes.
A bread pudding like you would think of a chocolate bread pudding or one of those. Sarah, that would be a sweet strata, and we're making a savory strata with cheese and with vegetables. Okay? And quite honestly, you know, in this kitchen, the less we need to use the kitchen, the better off we are. We need to use the oven, the better off we are. So, okay, so I'm on page 3. And to make the homemade croutons, what I do realize is that I'm not going to I want to flavor them a little bit, so I am going to put some kosher salt and some black pepper and a little bit of oil. And then I'm going to put them in a bowl, lightly beat the eggs, add the milk to the eggs, and beat for another minute, pour this mixture over the croutons, and then set aside. I've already cooked my leeks and my kale, and I've actually mixed in the tomato and some salt and pepper. All right, what am I looking at? 10 eggs? So how's the anadema?
So this one is the...
So you have clomage, you have radish butter. Isn't that wonderful?
Ooh,
That clomage?
completely, no,
Oh, that's wonderful.
that's on its own, isn't it?
Hello. What about kosher salt? It's non-iodized salt, and it's a little coarser. And chefs like it because you can control it a little bit better than you can the fine salt. You can control it when you sprinkle with your fingers.
Okay.
Okay? All right. And let me show you all something. This is half and half. It's a little tiny bit heavier than whole milk, but not that much. All right.
Supposedly half milk and half cream.
Supposedly, yeah. Okay, so in terms of a cup of milk, all right, when you're measuring liquids, you want to make sure you use a glass or a liquid measuring cup. You don't want to use your dry measuring cups. And that's something that we've been found a lot. So this said a cup. And what is this, about 7/8 of a cup? So there really is a difference between a dry measure and a liquid measure. If there's anything you take away with you, that's one of the most important things. This is just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, just adding it for some flavor. It's a lot of eggs. It's going to be very creamy. Good. Sorry?
Can we share things that we've learned?
Oh, please.
On straws, I read a recipe that, and I tried it, and any of them, because I just
Yeah.
use the iron skillet.
That's the way I do the potato.
Yes,
Do it in the
yes,
pot and then
yeah.
put it in the oven.
This is kale and cabbage.
Kale is a green. It's it has been for the past decade the darling of the food community. Kale salad, massaged kale salad, kale this, kale that. It's lovely. You can find it in lots of different colors and types. I like the lacinato kale, which is the flat leaf kale. All right.
Is that what you like for cooking that olive oil?
I use Barrio. For my finishing oils, I use a flavored oil, such as one from Gustares and Mashed Pecans. I think they have wonderful products. And the other that I like is the Ariston, which is the Greek one that you can buy at Pan d'Avignon in Hyannis and also at Windfall Market. Okay, so MJ has prepped our bread pudding here.
Everything's in there but the heavy cream.
Okay, and what?
The pan has been greased, donuts cut up, put in, and then on your recipe, everything is I whisked the eggs, the rum, the cinnamon, the sugar,
Did
vanilla.
you drink some rum?
No, I did not.
You
Not
should have.
yet.
Okay.
Give it a little more time. I added the milk, and the only thing left is the heavy cream.
And then that gets poured on
And then
top?
that gets poured over
see that?
this.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
And this is heavy, it wouldn't?
No,
Okay.
that's amazing.
Double cream
Okay.
spread.
And then whisk that up real good, and then pour the mixture over the donuts, and making sure everything's well soaked.
Thank you, my dear. Ooh.
Wow.
That's gonna be good. Okay.
Thank you for letting me taste. I wanted to see
You're
how it go out.
welcome. You're welcome. Remember, these are plain and they're stale.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't even know they
How many
existed.
days?
This was 8.
Put it in the fridge.
Here's a sandwich I thought you might want to try. This is very simple, extremely simple. This is a wonderful, fruity, gorgeous. I just want you to see the olive oil, the color of that olive oil, and salt and pepper and some tomato. And this is our wonderful Narragansett, fabulous cheese. It's a salty sea feta. It's just wonderful. The Narragansett. Yeah. So I'm going to pass this around so you can try a little bite if you want. I love it. I think it's the best feta around. So all the sandwiches.
Picnic sandwich. Picnic sandwich.
So it's very simple ingredients, which really, I mean, the bread shines through. Isn't that nice?
It's got so much flavor.
They look at me like
So here we have Rain's multigrain and a tuna. There's some Dijon mustard on here. And the gourmet tuna that I wanted to show you is really nice. We have so many tunas to choose from now. My very favorite tuna is American tuna, which is in a can, $5 a can from Whole Foods. And I'm so glad to be, I used to have to go off over the bridge and bring home, you know, a case of the tuna, and now I can get it right in Hyannis. American tuna, it's pole caught. It's in a can with a red, white, and blue flag on it. So these are some farmer's market tomatoes. And the recipe, remember, calls for capers. But this is the tuna that we're using. I really like tuna in oil. The only tuna that I'll eat that's in water is the American tuna. But when you open the can of American tuna, it's so different than any other can of tuna you've ever seen. So you want to pass that around. That's a nice one. And I'm going to slice up a couple of these guys here. This is the pepperoncini, which are an Italian
Never seen those before.
Italian pepper.
Thank you. Delicious. British and welcome.
You all set for ice cream? Okay, we'd like some
I'd like to get to use them. You have to pay huge amounts of money to get them.
Very well. Thank you. Is there anybody else?
Are they quite cheap here? Tomatoes?
When in season,
Yeah.
Refresh your ice water.
otherwise.
Oh, that would be great. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, this is a new company, bread company called Found, and she operates out of Found. It's run by two women called Sarah and Hope. I can't think of her name. Sarah's the baker, and she started this company. They're actually going to be leaving for London shortly, so I'm not going to be able to interview them for my food column, but when they're back, I will talk with them. And they are doing boules and some very, very beautiful pizza doughs that are pre-baked, and if you go to the farmer's market early, you can get some of their cheese breads and some of their pizza doughs. So they have just started to go there. This is an olive salad, which of course is classic for muffaletta, exactly.
What is a muffaletta?
What is a muffaletta? A muffaletta is a New Orleans sandwich, and they eat them a lot in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And you're going to see me assemble it. It's a layered sandwich with an olive salad and a variety of different cold cuts.
Cute.
Okay. Great for picnics, yes. Sandwich, you can keep this, you can make this 2 days in advance, and you can refrigerate it. I like it best, this is my first loaf of Found bread, but I do like it on a seeded, like a scala bread. It's nice because the top part has the sesame seeds on top, and it just, you're gonna see me pull some of the insides out of here that we're gonna use for something else. I am a bread baker also by trade, so if anybody has any bread questions, I'm happy to answer them. But we teach bread baking here. We teach the Jim Leahy method, the no knead.
Wow.
Isn't that just there for the camera? Got it? So I'm just pulling some of the insides out so that I'll be able to do my layers.
We are catching up in England a bit with food, but we're way behind.
Still?
Yeah.
Really? Even with all your gastropubs and everything?
Yeah, London's.
Okay, so we are going to spread 1 cup of the olive mix, and then we're going to layer my cold cuts. This is just beautiful. So what MJ did was she took, let me show you the products that we used. Okay, we used Giardinera, which is available at Roche Brothers as well as at Shaw's. And some herbs, the red pepper and oregano and thyme and parsley and black olives. All right, so here we have fresh mozzarella. And the way that you layer this is really, just according to how you want to do it. I like to put the fresh mozzarella because it's so creamy and it sort of melts a little bit. I like to put it right next to the olives. And then if I have a cold cut, like a salami or a pepperoni, something that's going to give off a little bit of oil, I'll put that on another layer next closest to the bread. And when you cut into this, it's just beautiful.
Where is the market fresh? Where is
This is Shaw's.
Aldo or Edam or...
That's a provolone.
Yeah, but it's something the equivalent.
Capicola.
Oh, wow.
You need to go to an Italian deli for this. And this was popular in New Orleans because it's a sandwich that gets better as it ages, and it also doesn't need refrigeration. So you can make it in the morning and just leave it on the counter wrapped tightly in foil, and you'll be fine for evening. It's a great picnic sandwich. Oh, look at that. Hey, did you see that on the camera? Look at that.
so pretty?
All right, and I have capicola, prosciutto. You can use prosciutto, you can use a sweet capicola if you wanted. You could use it. They have a very nice rosemary ham now that's available in the delis.
This prosciutto, yeah. No,
It's prosciutto, yeah.
beautiful.
Okay. Whoa! Look at that. Now, a variation on this is also, if you don't have mortadella, don't have muffaletta or the ingredients, take some marinated artichoke hearts and quarter them and slice them, and then take something a little sharper, piquant, like a picante, like a pepperoncini, or even capers if you have them, and add that, and then you can do it very similar to a muffaletta. Okay. So I'm doing my croutons for my salad, my classic Caesar. And I think these probably make all the difference in the world in terms of, but having them already garlic is nice too. This is European butter.
We have very good butters.
Yes, you do. So rather than toast these in the oven, I'm just going to toss them right here.
These would make a
All right. Has everybody had bison before? No. Very nice. We're going to have a patty melt with a bison burger. That'll be fun. If you notice your ingredients for the salt and pepper part of the croutons, calls for a little bit of cayenne pepper. I found this the other day. Oil and butter, and instead of using salt and pepper and cayenne pepper, I'm going to use this. The warning is it may be addictive. It's West Tisbury, Mass, so it's from the vineyard. Kosher salt, basil, parsley, garlic, black pepper, cayenne, lemon peel, and citric acid. Windfall Market. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I think the best way to really coat this is to add this, sort of mix it into the liquid. Okay.
How do you want it?
Just halve it and then just slice it relatively thinly. It's going on a burger. All right. So what MJ is doing is she's mixed our salad dressing. Did you taste it?
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay? Just okay? I think it's okay. So this is an interesting variation. I think it's okay. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Variation on a Caesar salad because it's got mayonnaise. It doesn't have a raw egg in it. So what I often do is I'll make this right in my salad bowl, just like this, and put my greens on top and cover and refrigerate it.
Thank you.
All right, strata's ready. Now remember, also, with a strata, is you can refrigerate that overnight and bake it off the next day. So it's a great thing to do. Hello. 10 more minutes, please, MJ.
custard have butter in it?
No, it's just eggs and milk, right? Eggs and milk and rum
I think we can do without butter.
Smells heavenly.
Might not even make it to the next day.
Right.
We need to hit them.
So what I'm doing now is I'm just cutting bread into quarters, and I am just going to lightly saute this in a little bit of good quality butter, sprinkle it with sugar, and give it to you with some fresh berries. And that's it, fried bread. Could I have some small plates just to stack right here? Both.
Are they friendly spirits?
Absolutely.
But they just sometimes
Can you have a little cream on
I
it?
think it could, or creme fraiche.
Oh, yes.
They mysteriously fall off the shelf.
very simple, very nice.
Yeah.
You'll like this.
I would just like some fruit, plain fruit.
And no bread?
That's it, yeah.
Bread it out.
Just like
This is for you?
No,
I'm passing it on. I'm passing it on.
So what was the favorite, guys? The favorite?
yeah, I just want that.
You like the leek, the strata?
delicious. And
How about the muffalata? Do you think that would be a good picnic dish?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably the, yeah. And then
I want the rat.
Amazing.
this bread, sugar,
Okay.
butter, sugar.
That's it.
Please, thank you.
Let's save these plates, okay?
Oh, yes.
Thank you. BB Ghost Lady.
I met her. She was here last Christmas.
She was. She scared us all to death, didn't she? All right, well, thank you again. I hope that, thank you. I hope that you can all come back. Unfortunately, the next classes are sold out. However, if you are interested, you can put your name on a list because we do get cancellations. So if you'd like to do that. And in 2 weeks is Rooster, and 2 weeks after that, we'll be finishing up with the bounty of the season, which I think is going to be tomatoes, however you want to say it. And I think I'll do a lot of corn, too. Tomatoes, corn, and herbs. So thank you. Please become members if you're not, and thank you for coming in off the beach. Thank you. And thank you guys for